Hello everyone, welcome back to MVP Baseball 2005, and we are getting right into the action here in game number 2 in our opening playoff series against the St. Louis Cardinals. We are in Busch Stadium, finishing the last of the first 2 games here in St. Louis before we finally head to Washington for our first playoff game in franchise history. So we're going to get things underway in the first inning. Nothing is going to happen in the top of the first inning for, so we're going to head into the bottom of the first inning for St. Louis's first attempt, and we're going to be seeing Mike Grace's first start in the postseason. We're going to put some trust into the young guy and see if he has what it takes to kind of hold us down here in the postseason, at least mitigate the damage here for about 3 or 4 innings, hopefully, and then maybe get on out of here. So, but Alexis Rios is not going to make things easy for him, the leadoff right fielder. It's Mike Grace's first pitch down the pipe, and Alexis Rios sees that one from a mile away and absolutely rockets this one over the left field wall. And that one is out of here. So one pitch is all it takes, and already the damage is not being mitigated by Mike Grace. So it might be a little bit rough for him today here, but it's just some early jitters. He's got to shake them off here, as it's a humongous swing from Alexis Rios, man. Nice leadoff pump here for the Cardinals. You know, they're going to pull out all the stops here to just keep piling on the offense like they did last game. So Ray Durham, the second baseman, out in the bottom of the segment, bases loaded. Mike Grace once again in a bit of a pinch, and this ball is grounded over to third base, and 1 run is going to score, and the Cardinals think about sending a second one, but hold it up here as Mike Grace gets the ball back in the infield. But can he pitch around Albert Pujols, the big hitting first baseman who caused us so much grief in the first game? And Pujols, one pitch is all it takes, and this one is also gone over to the left field wall, and it's a grand slam. So yeah, the damage. Pujols completely opens this game up here, and Mike Grace's day is it might be on its way. Out. It might be over before it really began, as Mike Grace finds himself now in a 6-run hole after just an inning and about a third or two of work. And as we can see, getting back to the play, and man, Pujols, we cannot seem to stop Albert Pujols in this postseason, man. And already John Rauch warming up in the pen here, as the Nationals are going to really have to think. We're going to have to really discuss here and see if Mike Grace is someone that we can leave on the mound for another inning. And he is not responding well to the environment. And now Scott Rowland, the third baseman here for the Cards, only 1 away still in this inning, and Rowland's going to absolutely laser this one, tattoos that ball all the way out into left field up against the wall. And Rowland doesn't have a lot of the speed here, but he's going to stretch it to 2, and Jose Vidro can't get the tag down in time. The relay was in time, maybe about a half-second late, but Vidro had a chance at least to lay a tag down and couldn't get it down in time. And so that's going to be a double off the back of that grand slam. And Mike Grace is just reeling, man. He is not built for this. And so John Rauch is going to come in relief, in long relief, and he's going to try and at least hold down the next few innings for us as we get out of that inning. And now in the top of the third with 2 aboard, we have Wes King up to bat here in an 0-1 count. And Wes King's going to bloop this one into right field, and that's going to at least score 1 run as the relay to the infield is back in time. It's going to hold up the lead runners here at second and third. So Wes King is going to get some offense produced for us here. And I believe that's John Rauch, the pitcher, who was rounding third, man. Look at that. Getting some production on both sides from John Rauch. Impressive. So, but now we have runners in scoring position from Wes King, courtesy of Wes King, and now Jose Guillen. Jose Guillen is our Albert Pujols. We can rely on him to provide some power, and that's, well, not exactly what he's going to do, but he's going to provide some offense as this ground ball to third base. To the third base side is going to score another run. And so now Wes King and Jose Guillen will be at the corners for our next hitter, and Jose Vidro is going to safely get home here. You want to talk about not having the speed here and not having a ton of speed. Look at him, just a plumber running all of his way home. But it doesn't matter, because with a bat like Jose Vidro's, he can be as slow as he wants to. So we get some much-needed help from Jose Guillen, and now we're going to get Endy Chavez up to bat here, 0-for-1 in this game already, with runners in the corners. And on the first pitch, Endy Chavez is going to attack this one and ground it to the same spot of the field that Guillen did. And that's going to score Wes King. And so now we got Guillen and Chavez at second and first. And Matt Holliday, our first baseman, is going to be up to bat here. Just a 3-run deficit now. And Matt Holliday is going to chop this one back up the middle, and the Cardinals pitcher cannot get a hold of it. So Guillen's going to score, and we're going to send Chavez here, getting a little bit aggressive, trying to eliminate that deficit that we're in. But Chavez is out by a country mile as the relay back to home to Yadier Molina. He places the tag down just in time. And that really wasn't a good hit to try and run on. I'm not sure if our third base coach really thought about that. Maybe he thought that Endy Chavez had the speed to get to home, which I don't disagree with. He definitely is one of the faster guys on the team, but just a really bad piece of hitting to try and run on. So our inning ends, but we do score Jose Guillen. So 4-6 is your score here. But Larry Walker's going to continue with the onslaught as we cut the deficit a little bit. He's going to try and widen the gap a little bit more by himself here as he gets a humongous home run to center field. Just an absolutely towering moonshot all the way out to center over 400 feet. And so John Rouch, who got us out of a nightmare second inning here, leads off the third inning with a long ball, which was a problem for us in the first game with CC Sabathia. He struggled really to minimize the long ball, and it looks like it might still be an issue as the Cardinals just have so much power in that lineup. So that's the only damage that the Cardinals would add. And now we're in the top of the fourth here with 2 men aboard here for Jose Vidro, and Jose Vidro is going to get a piece of this one and send it all the way out to right field, and that one's going to clear the fence, and we get a home run of our own. Finally answer back to what the Cardinals have been doing for the first few innings of this game. And now, man, if you're doing the math here, guys, if you're doing the math, that's 14 runs scored in the first 3.5 innings of work for both teams, man. So 14 total runs. So now Fernando, he's got such a long name, we can't even see it, but it's Zambrano, I'm pretty sure is his name. But he's going to line this one up the middle, and that's going to score a run for the Cardinals. So just like that, after all that work by Jose Vidro off of his bat, the Cardinals are going to find themselves in a position to retake the lead once again. So a nice piece of hitting by a young Cardinals team, because they have some young pieces here, and they're going to take a nice 1-run lead. But later on in the game here, the Cardinals not doing so well on the mound here. It might be time to make a pitching change as they have another jam on their hands with Christian Guzman up to bat here. Runners in scoring position in the top of the fifth and a 2-0 count. And Guzman's going to ground this one to that third base side, which has been so favorable for the Nationals in this game. We've scored quite a few runs, generated some offense by grounding it to that side. You'd think the Cardinals might have shifted at this point to get down to that side, but they're just going to continue to leave that as a gaping hole in their infield, and we are able to score. Matt Holliday crosses the plate, so we're going to tie this game up at 8. So once again, we find a way to tie this ball game. And that is going to do it for the Cardinals starter. I'm pretty sure they went with their starter in this entire game up to this point. Of course, we already had to pull Mike Grace, but the Cardinals are going to go to Sean Hill, which, judging by his picture, is a previous Expo. So, funnily enough, man, it's funny how things come together. So, but the inning is going to end later on, and we're going to get to Jose Guillen here in the top of the sixth, who's already having himself quite the day, and he's going to continue with one crack of the bat, and this one's got some carry to it. Can it clear the wall? And it does. So another home run to the same spot of the ballpark that Jose Vidro hit his a little bit earlier in the game in the top of the fourth, just on the opposite side of the outfield, just about the same distance. It hit about the same spot. So Jose Guillen gets his second home run, and he's going to be probably the biggest offensive contributor to our postseason, man. He is just, we love him. We just love him so much. So Ivan Vucarina is the pinch hitter here as the Cardinals get to a bases-loaded situation. They wanted our pitcher, but we pinch hit for Ivan Vucarina, and so he's going to chop this one down to the third base line. The third baseman here, Scott Rowland, I believe, is going to make the tag at third and force the out. However, we are going to score the lead runner, which is Brian Schneider, the catcher. So he's going to get home safely off of that chopper as the Cardinals don't even threaten to go home. And then they're going to try and get to first to get Ivan Vucarina out at first, which is not in time. But they would get out of the inning, though, but we would take a 10-8 lead. But now Zambrano up to bat once again with runners in the corners, and he gets a hold of this one to the opposite direction. And it's another Cardinals home run. So Zambrano had a nice clutch hit just a little bit ago in this game to retie the game back up, and now he's going to give the Cardinals the go-ahead lead here as he hits a nice home run. And Oppo Taco here late in this ball game, and the Nationals once again, man, relying so heavily on their offense because this pitching staff can just not get anything right. And so now you got here Molina. We haven't seen him much today, but he's got a runner at first here in the bottom of the sixth, and he's going to laser this ball here out to right center field, and all the way from first base, the lead runner is going to round third, and he's probably going to make it safely all the way home. There's not even going to be a throw to home, and so 12-10 now is your score in this ball game. But the Cardinals are not done, man. Chin Edmonds, the center fielder here, with 2 outs and a man on second. Remember, the Cardinals are rallying all this with just 2 outs, and there is the third out, but Matt Holliday cannot field the ball cleanly as Guzman's throw across the diamond. Matt Holliday just can't field it. So the Cardinals, again with 2 outs, still continuing their offensive onslaught here, and Alexis Rios back up to bat with runners in the corners, and Rios is going to laser this one down to the first base side, and that's going to score another run for the Cardinals, and the throw to third is in time, but Guzman cannot get the tag down in time. And this one is very, very close, man. A little bit closer than maybe Vidros was. I'm not sure. There seemed to be like a half-second delay between Guzman fielding the ball and trying to lay the tag down. But, yeah, so the Cardinals add a couple more runs here late in this ball game to really help pad the lead. And we are going to go to the mound here. We're going to go to the pen and see if we can just try and clean this up. And our manager's going to go to Claudio Vargas, which I would never go to in the postseason, just period. But he's going to try and close this game out for us. And now Juan Uribe with a man on third here in at the bottom of the seventh. He's going to hit a blooper of a ball, and Woody Cordero's on the run, and he makes a diving catch, and the ball's going to land fair. And because it lands fair, the Cardinals are able to score the runner at third. And this probably should have been a foul ball. It was trending foul, and Woody Cordero lays out to try and make the hero catch, and because of the way that he hit the ball, it lands fair. So that's going to score a 14th run for the Cardinals. 24 total runs in this game, too. And now in the bottom of the ninth, we're going to try and rally back here. Nate Bruce is going to pinch it for us here against the Cardinals closer, and he's going to laser a single right up the middle here and get on first safely. So got to get quite a bit of a rally here. We need at least 4 runs to get back in this, man. A grand slam. Is that asking too much in this stage of the game? Probably. But the Cardinals are now going to go to their closer. I said he was already in, but they're going to go to their closer after Nate Bruce's leadoff single here in the ninth, because the Cardinals aren't taking any chances with us. Shows how much they respect us despite our terrible pitching staff. So Christian Guzman up to bat here, and on the first pitch, he's going to bloop this one fly. He's going to pop this one up. Jeez, couldn't think of the terms. Pop this one up in foul territory. And the bad thing about these dual-use stadiums, they got quite a bit of foul territory. So he's going to be out here. Now Jose Vidro up to bat. Jose Vidro absolutely lasers this baseball into left center field. That one's going to go all the way out to the wall. And Nate Bruce probably could have threatened to go home there from third, but he's going to stay up at third. Maybe it's because of the speed thing. I'm not sure. Funny how we're going to threaten Endy Chavez earlier in the game, but in this stage here, we absolutely need to have as many runs as you freaking can. We're going to keep Nate Bruce at third. I don't understand it, but this is why I like to manage the games and not always sim them, but it's okay. At this stage in the game, it's okay. So runners in scoring position now here for Wes King, who's up to bat here. He's 2 for 5 in this game here. We need a nice piece of hitting from Wes King if possible here in an 0-1 count. He's going to ground this one to short, and we're going to send Bruce home, and there's that lack of speed that we saw as Molina's going to lay the tag down to Nate Bruce before he can get to home plate. And again, out by a country mile, man. Just really not threatening Molina at home with any difficult tags here. He's been pretty good for the Cardinals in this game. So Jose Guillen, who's having an absolute MVP caliber game here with runners on first and second, and he doesn't get his bat completely on this ball here as he's going to ground it to third, and the relay to first is in time and placed down safely, and that is going to do it for the Nationals. And this late ninth inning rally is going to end. So a humongous back and forth in game number 2 ends in another loss for us. We are now facing elimination, so hope to see you guys a little bit later here in the week, man, when we go over game number 3.